Hi, good evening. It's Testimony speaking, the voice of money. So, how are you doing? How was your day? How was your week? I hope you had a blessed week. Personally, for me, I had a blessed week and God came through for me as usual. But it was a lot. She was a lot. The week, I went through a lot. Farming is not easy. And I just want to say that this is a shout out to all farmers out there. Regardless of whatever field you're working, I don't even want to know right now. I just know people are doing a lot, and I really appreciate what you're doing. Cause okay, so enough of the drama. I hope you had a blessed week, cause God came through for me, like I said. And it's something we do consciously as believers, is that we're supposed to be blessed every time, because how then is it going to be a proof that we serve a Father, not just one God that we don't know? He's a Father, so it's someone we can speak to if things are getting tough. So this is just an encouragement to anyone out there. Remember, he's a Father, you can always talk to him. On today's episode, it's going to be a gist and story time podcast talking about my fears, and I'm just going to be running you down some stories about how I went through or passed through or how I was oppressed because of my fears and how I overcame them. And I'm sure this is going to help someone out there. Okay, so where do I start from? As a Nigerian kid that stays in Lagos, there are a lot of things to be scared of, sincerely. There are a lot of things to be scared of. Personally, I've never seen a dead body when I was a kid. I never saw one. And but then I see movies, and these scary movies where you behead people, where you see ghosts, witchcraft and all sorts, and it was scary. So I could not sleep at some point. I was so scared that I used to feel like something is chasing me, and I always see pictures on the wall, stuff that are not there. I hallucinate here. There was this one time my parents went for a vigil, and I was inside. And I don't know how I got the impression. I don't even know what was happening. The only time I've ever heard of this thing is in movies and documentaries. Like, it's so weird. And that's when I'm an adult now. Like, I went to research, because then I did not know the meaning. So maybe I'll just say it's a thing of the mind. It was so real. But of course it was a thing of the mind. So that night, I just heard that someone was breaking into my parents' room. I heard them ransacking their bed, looking for stuff. They were pouring things. In fact, I heard the glass shatter to the ground, and I was like, Jesus, come into my room. I was sweating, covered in sweat, like I was cold. And then after 1 hour of checking the whole house, I just had the door open, and my mom came in. I think it happened early in the morning before they came back from the video. So my mom came in and she was like, why are you all sweaty? So I followed them to their room to check if truly the thief came there, and the whole sound and the burglary stuff noise I was hearing. Lo and behold, their room is as perfect as it can ever be. Nobody came in. What did I hear? What happened to me? I really cannot explain. I don't know. Even till date, I really don't know what happened that night. So yes, when I say fear dealt with me, fear actually dealt with me. It was a lot. So at some point I could not even sleep alone. And to make matters worse, I went to boarding school at the age of 10, and you know this traditional welcoming for juniors, where senior want to scare you as much as possible. In the Nigerian body school, the likes of Miss Coin, Bush Baby, Shift to Make I Sleep. What else did we do? Mary that lost her liver. It was a lot. So it was the survival of the fittest for me, cause. But then I didn't believe it. I was still a scaredy cat, but I did not really believe that. I just tales to make us scared and the rest. So one night when I was in GS1, I went to pee, and I saw this very tall figure, and it was so tall I couldn't see the face, and I was so scared, and it was staring right at me. But then I could not see the face, but I felt eyes on me. So I ran back to my bed and I told myself, Mama, you'll be peeing on your bed from this night, cause I ain't going anywhere. I'm unable to can, because what am I looking for? For my mental health is at stake, please. I don't know if it was a thing of the mind. That's just the thing. Fears. A writer once said the definition of fear is false expression appearing real. Of course, it's a thing of the mind, but then as at that time, it was real. The Yoruba people say, "Oh, don't so listen," because it's not happening to me. It's easy to say, but then it was not funny. It was not funny. So I ran back inside, and people started telling tales of what they saw in the middle of the night. So I was like, "Yes, this is the end of it for me. I'm going to die in the school." So I told myself I was not going to pee in the midnight again. It's either I don't feel pressed or I'm peeing on my bed. My mom told me that I stopped wetting the bed at the age of, I think, 3 or 5. But I kid you not when I say I continued. I resumed it's like it was a pause, not a stop. I resumed. But this one was not something I did because I was not conscious. I knew when I'm pressed, I wake up, but then I pee on my bed because I cannot stand up. Ow, I just cannot. It was scary. And so fear really dealt with me to the point that I could not even sleep alone. Are you joking? Sleep alone? How? And boarding is something that my particular boarding school, our dorm is a big room where I think we're 66 in my room, in my particular hostel. That's my greenhouse. So we're 66. So when you look to the front, to the back, to the side, you always be with people. You're never alone. So when I left boarding school, I just could not stay alone. I wanted a roommate. I wanted anything in uni just so that I would not stay alone. I just cannot survive alone. So how did I ever overcome fear? How did I ever survive? Personally, for me, one thing that God helped me with was that you see, when pastors and ministers come to church and say, let's at the end of the prayer and they say, let's say what we want from God for the week, your special prayer points. If you're a redeemed member, you're conversant with Baba saying, you pray your prayers or something like a special prayer. For me, my special prayer was, God, please help me to overcome fear. Help me, Lord Jesus, to be able to stay alone irreserved. So one thing I did was I consciously prayed and I spoke to people. I told my mom, and my mom said, avoid triggers. So I stopped seeing horror movies. I love horror movies. I love horror movies. I can count from my head at least 5 horror movies that will not make you sleep for a year, and I've seen them all. Yeah. I read horror books too. They're interesting, sincerely. So I had to stop doing this and, just to avoid triggers, things that make me scared, and stop seeing the unseen, because these things are things people are not seeing. So these are things that actually help me just those two. But I just want to share like my victory story since I already shared the past. So I think it's fair to share how well I've been able to overcome it. You know this stuff Yoruba people say when they say when the dead passes, your head swells and you just feel this presence. So it's a superstition. I really don't know how true it is, but for me, I feel like it's a superstition. Does my head grow big sometimes? Do I think it's a dead person? Nah, I don't think so. Because for me, what comes to my mind immediately, my head swells is maybe I'm tired. Maybe it's just a thing of the mind. I really don't know. But the first thing that comes to my mind is not the deadest person. I'm not even scared. And my dad is a very brave man. Shout out to my dad. So he told me something one day. He said, when you hear boo, say ha, because that has to be human. A dead person cannot say boo. The ghosts or the dead cannot harm the living. There's nothing they can do to you. So with that in mind, I already felt like no invisible power can touch me. Like I'm untouchable. So whoever is going to harm me is human, and at least I'll see you coming. So with that, I raised up all these strengths and also in God, and that was mainly how I overcame fear. So I believe that this is going to help someone out there. And I don't know, I once knew how many times it occurred in the Bible, but right now I really cannot come up with it. I think fear not appeared in the Bible over 100 times or over 66. I don't know, I can't remember, but it came out a lot of times. So if God is saying fear not to you right now, in different contexts of course, if God is saying fear not to you right now, I don't think anything should scare you as a believer. So you can just tune into praying consciously about it if you're battling with fear, of course, and avoid triggers. Like I said, I don't know why you'd be scared. Even horror movies, I've seen people that say they love horror movies, and when they stab someone or cut someone head, I resume my horror movies. At least now I've overcame it, so I can do whatever I like, right? So when they see people get stabbed, they close their eyes or scream, and I'm like, are you sure you like this thing? Why are you torturing yourself? You really don't like it, because if you do, you will not be screaming in your seat or screaming. I don't know, you're doing this thing, and I feel like it's because you're scared. Personally, for me, I've gotten to a point where even when they do this film tricks and graphics, and then blood is gushing out of someone, I don't feel moved, because in my mind, nothing can scare me from a movie, because in my mind, all I know is it's graphics, it's not real, nobody's getting stabbed. And what also helped my mind is, one time I saw one movie, it was so scary, I almost died. I could not sleep for days. So I don't know what motivated me, probably the Holy Spirit, to go and check the behind the scene. And then I was now seeing that the also beloved actor that died, and I cried because he was bleeding to death, was tonic. The head that they removed was what was it, manicure. Oh my god, I died. I was like, wow. So this is what you people want me to be scared of. Since then, anything I say, Fabu, nothing. People are just lying. It's not real. So it doesn't scare me. So I feel like you should consciously work against your triggers so that you can avoid things that scare you. Oh my god, this is going to be a long podcast. So until next time is going to be love talk, something interesting, but I don't want to tell you much about it, so you can tune in as usual. So until next time, testimony signing out. Bye.